Hello and welcome to Up for Discussion, brought to you by Ford Home Field Advantage Sports Talk. Well, our motto is our home, our field, your advantage. Today we're going to talk about the NFC North. We're going to get into the Green Bay Packers, the Chicago Bears, Detroit Lions, and I don't even know what the other team is. The Minnesota Vikings. Are they even relevant? So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Smitty, what's your team?
I got the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, the irrelevant team. Okay.
Yeah, the irrelevant team. That kind of sucks. But the Minnesota Vikings coming off a 10-6 season where they lost in the first round to the Green Bay Packers rather easily because Joe Whale was the quarterback. And now he's a wide receiver. But
yeah. Good move.
We're going to talk about 4 different things that we're going to see in our teams, and that's their strengths, their weaknesses, the players to watch, and the worst case scenario for the team. And in this case, it be anything. So, I mean, their strength for this team is definitely going to be their running game. With AP and that massive offensive line, they have Toby Gerhardt, and they still have a very good defensive line. Now, linebacker, that might be another story. And their weakness is, point blank to me, their weakness is the quarterback. Because if he don't progress, they're not going anywhere. Point blank, their receiver, they got Greg Jennings in the offseason, which might be a help. And other than that, they have Greg Childs. They drafted Cordell Patterson. They had Jerome Simpson. And he hasn't hit a flip in Minnesota, so we'll see how that works out. And the worst case scenario for this team is Christian Ponder takes a step back. And we're going to see how that's going to work out.
All right, that's good.
Let's see how Green Bay going to do this year.
Green Bay, I actually am covering the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers pretty much, it's going to be status quo. Mike McCarthy is a good coach. I think that he spends a little bit too much time on offense. However, they have talent on defense, but the talent does not live up to the potential of what they can do. And A.J. Hawk has always been a solid linebacker. I feel that the best player on defense is Clay Matthews. And Clay Matthews, in my opinion, is a specialist. And in order to be the best player, you have to provide more than just one dimension. I like Tremont Wiggs. He's a cornerback. I think he's a pretty solid guy. Not like jumping up and down when it comes to him. And I don't even know who the other guy is. It doesn't even matter. They're not really sound. As sound as they can be defensively. The defensive line, they're playing 3-4 defensive line. I like B.J. Rogers at nose tackle. They actually moved him to right end. I don't think that's a great move. That's just my personal opinion. Let's get into the offense. The offense is going to be the key of this team winning. Aaron Rodgers is the best player on the planet, without a shadow of a doubt. However, with that being said, I'm not really too thrilled about his wide receiving core. Jody Nelson is a good wide receiver. The Jones kid, he's pretty good too. But I don't think they have that playmaker that's going to make Aaron Rodgers look even better. It's just like with Tom Brady. You give Tom Brady the caliber wideout like a Randy Moss, you're going to see his game elevate. I mean, he went through for 50 at that time, touchdowns. Same thing with Aaron Rodgers. If you give him an elite wideout, you're going to get great numbers from him, but he doesn't have it. My player to watch is going to be Eddie Lacy. It has to be Eddie Lacy. The running game has to get involved. It has to be a part of the offense. They have to mix it up. If they don't mix it up, it's going to be status quo. If this kid gets 1,400 yards, they're winning the Super Bowl. That's my personal opinion. Because they're resting the defense. It's all about what can you do for the defense. They lost Brian Beluga, their left tackle, which, me personally, I don't really think it even matters because they sucked last year on offense and he was there as far as on the offensive line. Jermichael Finley, he's good. Now, Jermichael Finley is a great tight end. I think he's going to have a monster year if he stays healthy. Now, I do got one last point. When the Green Bay Packers come anywhere in the South, I do not want to see the fans cheering John Coon. I don't want to hear you saying Coon. It's not good. It's not good. But worst case scenario is the Packers probably going 9-7 and barely making the playoffs. I do think two teams are coming out of the NFC North as far as playoff teams. Best case scenario, they win it all. Let me hear something about those Lions. Who has the Detroit Lions?
I had the Detroit Lions.
Bankrupt.
Yeah, the city's bankrupt. That's because they gave all the money to Matthew Stafford. This team has so much potential. The problem is they've had potential for years. Matthew Stafford is one quarterback that can make all the throws. You want to know how we know? He threw the ball 727 times last year. That is a lot. And, of course, Calvin Johnson caught all those yards. You know what they didn't do? They did not get into the end zone. They were horrible in the red zone. So they went out and got a red zone guy in Reggie Bush. Not sure how that puts together. But Reggie Bush will help round out that running game. They had Mikael LaShore, Joik Bell. Both of those, one was a sledgehammer, one was a pass catcher. Now you add in Reggie Bush, a utility guy. That went from a weakness to a strength, so it's interesting to see if they'll be able to solidify a running game to complement this great passing game. On defense, this is the most athletic front four you will find in football. Sue, Fairley, the new guy, Ziggy Ansah, who is raw, but we just saw him pick off Mark Sanchez, which is not hard, but he took it to the house.
That's true.
And then they add on the other side Jason Jones, a talented veteran DN. I mean, this front four is what every coach would want on their team right now.
Mm-hmm.
Their secondary is what every coach wants to cut right now. Their secondary has let this team down so many times. Their best player is Louis Delmas, and he can't stay on the field for us to even cheer for him. He wears suits more times than Vince Lombardi. Makes no sense.
Or Derrick Rose.
So, yeah. So they're really looking for a playmaker on the edges. Chris Houston's solid, but he's really a number two, and he's not going to make you any plays. But they had a turnover ratio of -16. Yes, the offense turned the ball over because they was trying to keep up, but you did not get the ball back for that offense. You got to work on that. That linebacker core is dreadful. Jim Schwartz, to be honest, I'm putting all the blame on him. As good as he's supposed to be, he's horrible. And he has not done a good job. Matter of fact, Pete Briscoe of CBSSports.com ranked him 21 of 32 head coaches, and that's probably going to fall this year. A player to watch, Darius Slay. In college, he was an uber athletic, long cornerback that liked to tackle. Watch him, because when he gets the ball, he looks to go to the house. And that's what this team needs, is some touchdowns from somewhere other than Calvin Johnson and Matthew Stafford.
Will this kid play safety?
Cornerback.
He will be a cornerback.
He's a cornerback. Right now, he's probably third on the depth chart. He's going to get up there because I don't see anybody really stopping him. It's just how fast he wants to mature and whether or not he can actually prosper in the bankrupt city of Detroit. But you also got the monsters of the Midway in this division. Rashad, tell us about them.